Hey, what's up, everybody? It's BDF44. So, today is the day. Game 6. Western Conference first round. Lakers versus the Phoenix Suns. Game's headed back to LA. Suns are up 3-2. Lakers got their asses handed to them in the last couple games, but nothing worse than the last game. So I would argue that was one of the bottom 3 worst playoff games in Laker history. Bottom 3 worst playoff games. And it can't get much worse than that. Got to be up from here, right? That's the good thing. I think for me, what we're gonna find out is how good the Phoenix Suns' luck is. That's what we're gonna find out. Because some things can line up a certain way tonight that'll assure that they win this series, and some things can line up a certain way that'll make it extremely difficult for them to win this series. And we really don't know which is what at this point. First of all, the first thing that has to fall into place for them is Anthony Davis needs not to play. And that's looking pretty good, to be honest with you. Anthony Davis is basically saying he's waiting on doctors to clear him. That's something that probably will not happen, in my opinion. I don't think we see Anthony Davis. Second thing that has to fall into place for the Phoenix Suns is Chris Paul needs to be able to go. I'm not sure we see him tonight. He also re-aggravated his shoulder. And, he was having trouble with that, obviously, early in the series. And the games that the Lakers won, one of them he wasn't playing in. So, at this point, that could be a hindrance, obviously, to the Phoenix Suns winning this game and series, obviously, because if Chris Paul doesn't go, once again, their offense goes back to a space where it's not as cohesive, where it's stagnant, where they're asking Devin Booker to do things that he's not best at, and as a result takes him away from doing what he is best at, and most importantly, it puts them in a position to where they don't have but one closer. And it evens the score, so to speak, with Devin Booker going up against LeBron James, and you and I both know playoff Game 5, we're talking about LeBron James versus Devin Booker. Devin Booker ain't going to win that matchup. He's definitely going to outscore LeBron James, but he is not winning that matchup. Too much on the line, too much experience, too much LeBron. Another thing that has to fall in this Phoenix Suns' favor, which kind of goes along with what the last one was, is they need the referees to not screw this for them. The NBA loves LeBron James. We know that. The referees tend to give LeBron James calls that other players may not get. And in a game like this, when it's this risky that LeBron misses the playoffs and what that actually means for the league, particularly with ratings and things of that nature, the Lakers and the Clippers is a huge matchup. I'm sure they could get away with some other teams, but they would rather not have a Utah versus Phoenix Western Conference Finals or what have you. They would just rather not. And unfortunately, that's what they're on the brink of possibly seeing if these two LA teams get knocked off. I can't tell you I'm certain that they want or don't want the Lakers to win, or that they care either way. Maybe they're ready to usher in a new era since they know LeBron's getting older. Maybe they're ready to kind of move on from that and try to get the league used to, get the fans used to other teams once again being involved, more parity. But I think in a year where they've done so much to try to revitalize revenue and done so much to mess with the schedule to assure that they could condense the season into a space that leaves them able to keep up with whatever it is they need to be able to keep up with contractually. I do believe that there's a good chance that the Lakers are going to win this game because there's going to be some calls going our way to assure that LeBron James continues to stay in these playoffs. I think that there's a universe where that's in the NBA's best interest. But, so, could, too, a big upset It could sway things, particularly in the betting world. For those who have so much money riding on the Lakers making the finals, that's going to be a big swing of money heading someone else's way. So there's a lot of money to be made either way, but I can tell you this. Nike doesn't want LeBron out in the first round. And I can assure you that the NBA probably doesn't either. So those are, especially with Nike having such bad publicity going on with the Bryant family and all that stuff that's going on with them right now. I'm pretty sure they want to look good. So with that being said, yeah, I think there's a great deal of concern for the integrity of tonight's game. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I would not be surprised if the NBA just looks the other way and you see some stuff tonight that you shouldn't see, because it's set up that way. LeBron James is on the brink of elimination in the first round. That is a crisis for the NBA. Or at least it would have been for the past 20 years. Maybe this is a new era. Maybe this is something that just, Luka's time. You know what I mean? Maybe it's about the Euro guys, Luka and Jokic. If that's the case, then maybe they can just live without LeBron this season. You know what I mean? But I've been watching this game a long time. LeBron ain't never been out in the first round. That's never happened. But he's been in this situation before. He's 8-1 in this situation. For whatever it's worth, he's 8-1 in this situation. And I would go as far as to say he's dragged worse teams through tougher situations. I really believe that. But he hasn't done it at 36 years of age. He hasn't done it with his co-star being out, and that co-star wouldn't have taken up that much of the value of the team itself that year. Dwayne Wade didn't mean as much to the Heat as Anthony Davis does right now to the Lakers. This was equivalent to both Chris Bosh and Dwight and Dwayne Wade both going down at the same time. That's what this is. That's essentially what this is. That's how much Anthony Davis matters to this roster. You remove what he is, that's like removing those two players combined. So he hasn't been this undermanned, is what I'm trying to say, since he lost to the Golden State Warriors. When he is this undermanned, he usually does lose, unfortunately. But we also get the best out of him. So a lot of people are thinking he's not going to be scoring mode tonight. Yeah, I could see some scenarios where he comes out flat. Like I said, to me, it seems like he's been ready to mail it in mentally since the beginning, since they came out with the schedule. I felt like he was kind of protesting the seasons in a way. And they've given him reason to. But at the same time, it's like he is a competitor. His legacy's on the line. He has records on the line. And it would behoove him, if he's trying to keep up with Michael Jordan, to give his absolute all tonight, to not fizzle out. Now, if you lose, you lose. But we need to see him go off for 35, 40 points if the other players aren't scoring. That whole I'm going to set him up, or I don't want to play defense, I'm kind of going to look at somebody shoot a three while I stand in the middle of the court, in the middle of the paint, rather. I've seen him do that in Game 4, and that type of effort obviously is going to send him home tonight. And it will matter. If he plays like that tonight, and if the team comes out like that tonight and they're flat, this is going to look poor. This is going to reflect poorly upon his legacy. Anthony Davis or no Anthony Davis. And I think that is also a motivating factor, I believe. But mind you this, need we not forget, LeBron is not 100% healthy. He too is coming back from injury. He too is trying to fight his way back into shape. This is not last year's LeBron James, who's been playing so much basketball in the best shape of his life, coming at you full force with a team full of guys that he's comfortable with. This is not what you're seeing here. What you're seeing is a fractured roster, and a hobbled LeBron James trying to drag a team through the first round against a second seed that is playing like a second seed. Phoenix has played like they're supposed to play. And I expect them to come out hot. I expect them to come out with a killer instinct, and I expect them to beat us tonight. I really do. I'm not going to waver from that because, without some referee helping, I just think that we're undermanned, especially without a key player like KCP down there who can do the things that he does and keeps the defense honest and keeps a body in front of some of those quick guards. Without him down there, we're relying too much upon Wesley Matthews, who's older and slower, and a guy like Dennis Schroeder, who doesn't play defense very well, to keep up. Caruso's going to be important tonight. We're going to have to use THT, things like that. But as far as I can tell, without the referees cheating tonight, the team looks defeated to me. The Lakers look defeated in the last game. And 9 out of 10 teams don't bounce back from that. So the Lakers are going to need a little boost tonight. And I don't know that they're going to get it from the roster. They're probably going to have to get it from the refs. So look out for that. And may the best team win, man. I hope there's no referee interference or anything like that. But I just expect it anyway. I do. Anyway, my name is BDF44. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.